Number 2, experience the power of smart 5G in over 4,900 sites nationwide. Switch now to experience the difference. Visit smart.com.ph/MMP to learn more. Hashtag muling lumakad matatag and hashtag Sibol powered by Smart ang ating official hashtags para sa Sibol 2022 National Team Selection. Opening ban for Blacklist International is a Hayabusa na ganito din naman ang pinakita nila kanina.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if throughout this series, hindi talaga magbibigay yung Hayabusa kay Team Mankind. Back in MPL Philippines Season 8, there was a point where almost every game, Blacklist International, binan out nila yung Jawhead and the Hayabusa. Two heroes who could either disrupt jungle, Wais' jungle farm, or kung may ma-isolate sa backline, seeing as how Blacklist International now are pinakita nila they have a Farsa in their tool that they're willing to use. Of course, tatanggalin nila yan, and naturally they'll also take out Glue. So instead of the Valentina ban, because that already went to the side of RSG, that's an opening for Blacklist International to take out another hero na pwede magpahirap sa buhay nila.
And as predicted, Estes instant ban against Blacklist International. Hindi na tayo magugulat dyan. Meanwhile, for Blacklist, they're gonna take away the Glue na nakita din natin. Very high ang appearance ng Glue sa pick and ban. In fact, parang every game ata contested talaga ang Glue na ito. Nag-rhyme yun, pinilit ko kahit paano. Lilia, ang third ban ng Blacklist International.
For RSG, if they're not going to decide to pick up the Sicilian or the Farsa or the Eve, pwede nila ibigay yung, or at least try to get the Kagura onto the hands of Aqua. That's still, right now, one of his most winningest in terms of his best picks. If I'm not mistaken, 3-1 or 4-1 yung record niya ngayon sa Kagura. So that's something that RSG can consider picking up. RSG, they'll really have to be careful with this ban. So many options available. Again, Blacklist International can pick up the Paquito and flex that jungler XP. Blacklist can still pick up what their favorite picks in heroes such as the Matilda. A lot of possibilities, but RSG want to play it safe. Tatanggalin nila yung Aldous.
Aldous and Estes, just as what happened in game number 1. Let's see if game number 2 will be any different. Ngayon na blue side naman maglalaro ang Blacklist International. Earlier, RSG ay naglaro sa blue side. Ngayon naman, blue side Blacklist International. Sino kaya ang magiging priority pick nila considering that the Paquito was the priority pick last game?
Looking back at it. Oh, it is still going to be a Matilda. Okay. So they retained the Matilda. Instead of picking up the Esmeralda, baka iba naman yung minamata dito ng RSG. If you want something a little bit more disruptive, surprising, they can pick up the Ruby if they want to. Picking up something like the Jawhead might help, but it will be difficult to pull off. Again, Blacklist International, yung paano sila magdumepensa if ever someone engages them is really great. RSG can, again, pick up the Paquito if they want to, but maybe flex it. There's a lot of options available for both squads. If they want to match the heals, they can pick up the Rafaela. But if they can actually pick that up later on, if they're willing to do that, we've also seen like Kufra first picks. They want to, but they decide to first pick the Popol and Koopa.
Interesting first pickups coming in from RSG Philippines. For sure, this Popol and Koopa is still a flex pick. Could go position 5, could go to the gold lane. In fact, could even go to the mid lane. Napakalakas talaga ng Popol and Koopa pick, especially around RSG na talaga namang mahilig maglaro with this Popol and Koopa. Now, Esmeralda will be the pickup for RSG. Blacklist International, for sure, hindi na naman sila pipili, hindi sila makakapili rather ng Phovius dahil dito sa Esmeralda pickup. So this is good drafting coming in from RSG. Let's see how Blacklist would respond considering that they already got that Matilda. Bane is still open, by the way.
Bukas pa yung Bane, bukas pa yung Edith. If they want to put it into the hands of Haji. So Blacklist International really enjoyed the performance of Dominic on the Uranus. So imbis na Farsa, slight change up. It's now an Eve. So pretty similar lineup so far. Except this time yung jungler tsaka gold laner na Blacklist International mas pipiliin nila sa bandang dulo ng draft. So RSG, let's see what they'll go for here.
Interesting, no? Eve was banned. I feel like it was banned, yeah? Banned last game, ang Eve. So now Eve will be
Yes.
a pick for Blacklist International. At maganda to kasi may Matilda na rin sila. Ibig sabihin nabawasan ang pwedeng pangontra ang RSG. They could potentially go for the Sicilian once again. We did see them play the Sicilian earlier, but because of the nature of their lineup, maraming late game ang RSG kanina. Early game pa lang,
Yun.
dinapos na agad ng Blacklist International. Ngayon, Kagura naman ang kukunin ng RSG. Nabanggit mo to kanina, Renmar. What could this Kagura do against an Eve?
Well, now they'll have more of that burst damage that they're looking for. Pang zone out, pang check ng shrub, yung umbrella, that's something the Blacklist International has to be careful of with their engages. If pipili sila dito ng jungler mamaya, that of course most likely will be an assassin that wants to get close. There's a good chance of outplay. You can get a free purify from the Kagura for herself. So it's gonna be a safe pick, and again, it's still one of the best picks here of Aqua. 4-1 actually yung win-loss record niya dyan. So they want to reduce the range that Blacklist International has, so tinanggal nila yung Brody. Again, the Clint will still be available, and I won't be surprised if RSC actually decide to ban out that Clint later on, considering na meron na silang Popoling Koopa. But looking at the hero pool of Al, if they do decide to pick up a Harith, which is the only other gold laner that Owl has played, that is still something that they can choose to go for. Of course, paired up with the even daming slows pwede i-dish out, but then they'll need to get a heavy physical damage dealer for Wais jungle kasi kung Harith yung isang pipiliin nila, halos magic damage yung output dito ng Blacklist. So Blacklist, they take away the Fanny, which is an option for Demon type.
Now, RSG, sinabi mo na pwede nilang tanggalin ang Clint dito since may Popol and Koopa na sila. I do agree that is a smart ban, but they're gonna remove the Barats instead. So that limits kung anong pwedeng gamitin ni Wais, considering na nabanggit mo na rin kanina, Reptar, na wala pang jungler ang Blacklist International. It's quite obvious. The only jungle Uranus that we actually saw in Sibol is, I think, Ureshi when he subbed in for H2 yesterday, which I think was more of a forced pick because of circumstances rather than it is a strategy. Let's go to the picking phase, to our second picking phase of the game. RSG naman ang pipili ng isang hero. Ano kaya ang pwede nilang maidagdag dito? Wala pa silang position 5 if gold lane ang Popol and Koopa.
I'm really looking for what they're gonna pick here for their tank. I wonder if they'll go Edith, because if ever, Blacklist International might eventually decide to pick up the Sanshin para ma-match nila yung vision game na meron ng RSG. But no, RSG will pick up the Rafaela, one of the other roamers na may record na dyan si Light, 1-0 for that. So they're both teams saving their jungler picks for last. Blacklist International already have their position 5 and 4. Yeah, they need their gold laner tsaka yung jungler. Maybe more physical damage yung makita natin.
Physical damage. Bane is still open and may mga Jason Shin pa rin naman na bukas, as you said. And there are a lot of options, no? Ruby nga open din kung gusto nilang kunin and gawing kaso ang problema saan na ilalagay yung Matilda.
Wala na.
Oh my god, they're going full magic.
Yep. Yung XP
What
laner
is happening? There you go, there you go.
Whoa. There you go, okay. So yeah, they pick up the Karina, they pick up the Claude. So now, in terms of scaling all throughout, they'll be good. They'll have their late game insurance and potentially big burst in the mid game or even the early game na kung hindi mag-ingat ang RSG dito, they could fall down to the Karina well enough. There's still a lot of shields that the Esmeralda can get from, but then still, the Karina is a risk. There is still a risk in the Blacklist lineup that RSG has to be careful of na baka biglang mabilisan na snowball ulit makita natin dito. It's not gonna be that as bad kumpara sa RSG. It's still there though, because again, you're up against a Karina. Whoever they're gonna pick in the jungle here has to be a good one. Balmond. So they match that idea of being able to burst, of being able to snowball. And at the same time, makita natin yung Rafaela Balmond combo ng RSG na nalabas na nila, and they were able to get the victory off of that.
Yeah, Rafaela Balmond, I feel like this is one of the classic well, not a classic duo, but more of a good synergy type of duo, considering that the bonus movement speed coming in from the Holy Healing definitely helps out Demon Kite on this Balmond. And in fact, AoE damage as well with his ultimate. This is going to be a nice fight for the early game, considering na snowball na naman ang usapan natin dito sa game number 2. Lenmar, quick lang, kung umabot man to ng late game, sino sa tingin mo ang mananaig sa dulo? On paper hindi mo kailangan isipin kung ano yung mga shot call nila.
Blacklist International has a higher chance of just being able to surprise, especially with the Claude. If RSG can just build them well enough and maybe try to conserve their abilities to stop the Claude, they just really have to watch out for that Claude, because that will just completely mess up RSG. Of course, having the Rafaela and the Balmond, the Esme, you run the risk of mas-split sila. Kung hindi mag-ingat ang RSG, the Claude can just enter the backline, drop a Blazing Duet, get on out of there.
Yep, and let's see kung makakabawi nga ba ang RSG Philippines as we enter game number 2 between Blacklist International and RSG Philippines. Blacklist already taking game 1. Let's enter the Land of Dawn.
Narinig ata ng RSG Philippines yung negative 1,000 IQ analysis ko kanina, kasi ngayon may payong na sila sa artillery damage.
Wow, galing. May payong na, naharangan na yung ulan ng yung mga purple rain. Yung purple rain, di ba? Wait lang tatlong tao dito. Aqua, going a little bit risky there. Now Demon Kite will dash in. A little bit too late for that Lito Wanderer. Kaya i-clear na lang niya.
Yeah. But at the same time, as I mentioned earlier, Blacklist International still have to be careful with that Balmond and Rafaela combo. Seems like My Venus and the rest of Blacklist are trying to make sure that Al gets a good lead. Kasi based on the health right now, Al having a bit of a difficulty kontra sa Popoling Kupa ni Iyaknu.
Yeah, and this is already a 2v1 situation. The Queen almost falls down, but a timely guiding wind. Umabot pa ang shield. Still no first blood in this game. And just look at what Dominic is doing. Tingnan mo. Tinatangki lang niya kasi pinifreeze niya yung wave right in front of that turret range. That is a great move, a macro move from Dominic.
Yep, knowing that si Wais kasi yung passing direction niya papunta na dyan sa bottom lane, so he wants the wave a little bit shoved. So 2 versus 2 scenario down there in bot, and just si Demon Kite.
Yep, and Owl steps on a trap, guiding wind. Looks like both position 5 players here with Katipon and Villaluna will be guarding their gold laners lang, no? Even if the turtle just spawned, bababa na si Venus, 2 people still staying to try and give Owl a bad time here in the gold lane. Sino kaya ang unang makakapag-establish ng pressure sa turtle area?
Emblem pickup, emblem check here onto the side of Wise. Actually using the Demon Slayer emblem.
Demon Slayer emblem on a Wise here. Definitely something na, well, hindi naman bago, pero something new on the Karina. Now RSG Philippines will be the ones to start this turtle, and I feel like this is a giveaway for Blacklist International. Uncontested turtle goes to RSG Philippines.
And that is what RSG Philippines wants. So in terms of having a better start kumpara sa game 1 nila, yes, RSG Philippines is having a better start, but it's still a very close game. At this point, no one undisturbed just yet, no tower breaks, no deaths, but what we have to look at is that, mid lane.
Yin Yang overturn, Venus might be in trouble! The final ultimate coming in from Demon Kite takes him down. And a real world manipulation won't be enough to get the revenge kill. RSG Philippines finally taking their first kill of the series.
RSGPH, lethal counter lands the kill for Demon Kite, and now Light roaming topside alongside Aqua para tulungan pa dito si Owl, knowing that Iyaknu has a comfortable lead against this Claude. Mas malaki yung bawas niya sa energy shields.
Blazing duet here for Owl, BMI back to safety, and now the Queen has to run away. No kills there in that 2v2, but they're gonna get a lot of turret plating. In fact, nakalbo nila ang turret plating na yun.
Turret shielding maximized by that Popol and Koopa. So, pretty sure he has a comfortable gold lead now. Ilang beses na napabalik sa base dito si Owl. And My Venus doing everything he can para matulungan dito si Owl. But RSG Philippines, knowing that we have a massive lead here, sige, we're gonna keep putting pressure here.
RSG Philippines looks like they are gonna establish pressure successfully here in the gold lane. First third of the game, going to the hands of RSG Philippines. They're playing much better than game number 1. And this is what you like to see in a best of 5 series.
Now RSGPH with their Popol and Koopa being able to maximize top side. Nag-lane switch na sila. Bottom lane na siya dito. And he'll be more of a presence. But now, Blacklist International might force scenarios na si Owl, yes, he doesn't fully have his items yet, but maybe even with just one item, susubukan na nila makukuha ng mga skirmish wins, get 1 or 2 kills. That might be the play for Blacklist.
Eagle forces the flicker out of the Queen. Venus burning her flicker because of that aggressive maneuver, no? May turtle tayo na sisimula ng RSG Philippines at ikot-ikot lang ang sabi ni Demon Kite. 3 tao mula sa Blacklist International, 4 pa nga, mag-contest, lethal counter, the retribution, napakahirap niyang agawin.
Oh, and 2 retry ng Balmond eh. Oh, may retry na siya pero sige, dalawin na natin para sigurado na. And that's the second turtle going to the side of Demon Kite. And so Blacklist, they, again, usually in these scenarios talaga, sinasabi lang talaga sa gold laner, focus ka lang dyan sa farm mo. Kaya si Owl hindi na sumama doon knowing that he's really behind. Yeah, focusing on the farm. Good call there for Owl. Pero bottom lane naman ata yung baka yung maging next target dito ng RSG Philippines.
Mahihirapan ng RSG dito, pero dito muna sa mid lane, Demon Kite almost falling down. Wais trying to look for a reset here, but right a little bit too late. Katipon has to run away from the B-Wise combo, and di na nga nila papatulan pa. Guiding wind na lang palayo. Sabi nila, iakno muna, pero mukhang makakaalis ang RSG Philippines ng isa lang ang namatay.
4-man rotation bottom side para sa Blacklist. Taking down the Balmond was a signal for them that yep, pwede na natin sunugin at basagin ang torre ng RSG dito sa bottom lane. But RSG responding well. Aqua getting there in time. Actually, nakita natin si Venus tried to stop Aqua for a bit. Tried to get info that Aqua was on the way. So great response there by RSG to not let Blacklist International break that turtle.
RSG Philippines defending that bot lane outer tier turret really good. And now, napapabagal na nilang laro. In fact, lamang sila ng 700 gold because of all the turtles na nasi-secure nila. And speaking of turtles, no, may lalabas na turtle 20 seconds from now. RSG Philippines will be looking to get this once again considering na 2 ang retry ng isang Balmond.
12 seconds until it's spawned. Genji having to manage the top side minion wave. So no explainer for RSG Philippines here in terms of positioning. Light nandyan na sa Pixel Shrub, so he gets a bit of that info, pero mukhang delikado dito si Light. Pero nakatakas naman.
Turtle, hindi pa naman sinisimulan, napagalaw lang ng konti, nahila na ni Venus dito. Now Haji will be poking out a little bit for RSG Philippines. Mukhang wala naman natang magsa-start pa ng Turtle in this fight. Nagkakaroon lang tayo ng konting sayawan. Sino nga ba ang makakapag-control nitong maaga dahil yung Balmond nandun pa sa baba? Here comes the kills and Popol and Koopa takes out the Queen ng biglaan lang. Here comes the Balmond. Only back is on 1 pero masisecure pa rin ng Karina with the retry. Wais with the great retry pero ito naka-lethal counter sa mukha ng Uranus. Kaka-reset kaya dito si Wais. Makakuha pa kaya siya ng isang resin reset dito. Pero sa hindi muna RSG Philippines. They give away the turtle but they take 3 kills.
Ito yung sinasabi ni Wolf kanina in the previous series na this is what the pros say, hiruhin mo na lang na yes, it was a big fight, a big clash and contention para sa Lord na yan. But then RSG Philippines made the call to just keep fighting, trying to get more kills para hindi pa masyado magamit ng RSG Philippines or to at least equalize.
Yun yung overturn, Dominic, consecration, killing spree for the Popol and Koopa. Pero gaganda na si Owl. Ito na ang dance floor pero na-stun ni Light. Owl is just autoing away to a double kill. And that is a 2-for-2 trade. RSG and Blacklist duking it out.
Mukhang nakahabol na dito si Owl. Taas na damage output niya and the attack speed is great. Great usage there of the real-world manipulation galing kay Haji to make sure Blacklist got that punish. In the end, Owl walks away with the double kill.
And this is massive for Owl considering na late game carry ang isang Lord. 2 early kills, 9 minutes in. He will take that any day. And right now, Blacklist International, gusto nila ng Torre, down bottom lane, they're gonna go out.
Nakapag-build na din ng Athena Shield dito yung Claude ng Blacklist International. So, that will help with the damage na pwede ilabas dito ni Aqua na we've seen in 2 to 3 skirmishes now. Gaano kataas na yung damage output ng Kagura niya. Hindi man kahit Iaknu.
Dominic? Munti ka na yun, pero parang kailangan mo talagang respetuhin yung damage na nanggagaling na kay Iaknu. Hindi lang pang push ng Torre, nakakabigla din. In terms of kills, going in with a placing 2 web. Hindi na nagdalawang isip pa. Bigla na lang pumasok, tas umikot.
Red team hero has been slain.
Kill secured.
Men, hindi ko nakita yun, wala sa camera. Ganong kabilis ang ginawa ni Wais in that fight. Now, 10 minutes in, that is 1 person down for the side of RSG Philippines. At Blacklist ang magsisimula ng first lord of the game. Medyo risky nga lang to para sa Blacklist International. Papasok na si Omay Pinos. Here comes the real world manipulation. Sino unang babagsak na ang Esmeralda. Si Light Nata ang sunod. Looking back to from out. Pero nakarinsek ata dito si Wais. At babalik na sila sa Lord. Void Crystal, Ford Slow. Now RSG Philippines, they're gonna back off. They're gonna respect this Lord. And I feel like Blacklist International already secured the first Lord of the game.
Oh, grabe yung lipat na kayo!
Yan yung overturn! Minaliit ata si Aqua. Sabi ni Aqua, hindi pwede yon. Kinulat din at nanakaw ang purple buff. Hindi, secure pa ni Demon Kite.
Houston, we have a problem. Medyo mali yung lipat natin doon. But Blacklist International, at least, they have a Lord coming in. Wais will be able to get back just in time. At hindi naman massive loss yun. It was just a slight mishap. An unfortunate mishap. Thanks as well to Aqua reading the situation. Binato niya kagad yung yung payong niya eh. May chance pa rin naman si Wais makatakas pero ang bilis lang ng payong dito ni Aqua.
The reaction time from Aqua, even from Owl, is unreal. Kanina pumasok siya doon, umikot agad. No second thoughts, and that actually rewarded them. That series of plays rewarded them. And now Owl, burning the yin-yang overturn from Aqua. Looks like the Lord push will continue down, up top side. Paano kaya itong patatapusin ng Blacklist International? May split push pa sa mid lane.
May Wind of Nature na at saka Athena Shield, yung Claude ng Blacklist. So he might come in big here.
Real world manipulation. That's the inhibitor turret down. Demon Kite in trouble. 2 people out in the back line. Overstepping the boundaries. Walang tropa sa likod. Demon Kite goes down.
Successfully reading the situation. Nakita ata ng Blacklist International na galing sa mid lane. Si Demon Kite, sakto yung Dexter, yung output ng BMI ng Claude, si Dexter, dun dumaan si Demon Kite. So sakto, pagbalik ni Owl sa BMI output niya, biglang nabombahan lang ng damage si Demon Kite. Ang taas na ng damage ng Claude na to.
Owl 205 on this Claude. Meron na siyang mga core items ng Claude. Even with the Wind of Nature, kailangan talaga respetuhin to, men.
Red team turret has been
And ito
destroyed.
yung sinasabi nga nung tinanong mo kanina, when we get to the late game, sino lamang nakikita na natin the lead of the Claude, what the Claude brings to the table. Wow.
Yeah, blazing duet, the falling star moon, nagka-burn na dito at tatakbo na rin si Kenji. Demon Kite in a good position for a reset, and then you go. Wais goes down. RSG Philippines with a great defense down bottom lane.
Parang daming shield ng Blacklist International. Almost all their heroes, if I'm not mistaken, have a mechanic na pwede magbigay ng shield. Kaya ang daming damage kayang iwasan dito ng Blacklist. The damage coming in from Aqua, though massive, can be reduced a bit. Iaknu, inumpisa niya yung laban na to na in the lead. A big lead over Owl. Now he's around 2.5k gold behind the Claude. What a massive turnaround for Blacklist. But RSG Philippines, they have the pieces. Meron din naman sila mga heroes, ability kits. The lead isn't that massive in terms of the gold na pwede pa silang makahanap ng paraan para makakomeback, para ikutin ang laban na to. Kasi ngayon, lamang na lamang ang Blacklist International in terms of the map control and tower lead, 7-4.
Definitely. And RSG Philippines, no, Meron na silang big item pickups dito such as the Antiquiras on Kenji and Divine Glaive on Aqua. Kailangan na mag-ingat ng Blacklist International. Hindi na sila pwedeng mag-overstep katulad ng ginagawa nila kanina kasi bago Latin na naman sila. Here comes Venus with the Vision. Half HP on the Lord. Naghahanap ng opportunity makapasok ang RSG Philippines. They're looking for an angle here. Demon Knight spins around a little bit. The Lord is still 1 turn HP. They're gonna go for the fight instead. Yakto already low HP. Placing duet sa gitna ng lahat. Reward manipulation na set up na dance floor. At babagsak na rin dito si Kenji. Si Venus ay medyo low ang HP. Hindi pala. Si Demon Knight pala yun. Bumagsak na rin ang tatlong miyembro ng RSG Philippines. At hindi na nila pinansin ng Lord. Lord, pwede ka na next game. Dahil gusto nila mag-next game dito. Blacklist International. 2 people defending for RSG Philippines. Aqua and Light. The Aqua Light duo versus 5 people from Blacklist International. Can they make the miracle play? Sabi ni Aul, hindi na pwede. Dahil game 2 goes to Blacklist International.
One overstep, one mistake, and the situation wherein Blacklist said, put up the black box. Great conservation and timing of the real-world manipulation na galing kay Haji. Yes, he could have used it way sooner, but no, he really waited for the moment na, okay, the skills are expended. Owl already uses Blazing Duet. He can go in for the chase. Tumatakbo na dito yung RSG and then I'll put down the real-world manipulation para mas slow yung mga miyembro ng RSG, helping secure the kills there. Blacklist again getting the victory here, but that was a much better played game by RSG Philippines. A much closer game, but in the end,